I was asked to do a video on a battery charger, not the sort of normal thing that I would do a review on, but this battery charger is something a bit special. It's not only a battery charger, it's a battery analyzer. The MAHA C9000PRO can bring new life to your batteries, recharge them, rejuvenate them, bring them back to life. The PowerX is designed to charge 4 AA cells or 4 AAA cells, and it's got very comprehensive instructions. Now, I don't know too much about battery charging, but I felt a lot wiser after I'd read the instructions. There's several pages, as you can see, very comprehensive and also very educational. You know, I've used AA cells for years now, and the rechargeable ones, when I want to recharge them, I just pop them into a battery charger, charge them up, get it a bit warm, and put them back in the device they came from. Simple, isn't it? But I didn't realise until recently that there's more to charging an AA cell than just popping it into your charger. Let me show you what I normally do. Now, did you notice anything strange about that? Have another look. That charging light didn't come on until the last battery was put in. Ah, well, that's because I've got a supercharger, haven't I? Supercharger. You can count the batteries. No, actually, I haven't got the supercharger. What it means is that the charger is charging the batteries in series, and until the fourth one is put in, it doesn't start charging. The problem with that is that the weakest battery dictates the charge. If you've got a weak battery, slightly high resistance, not working properly, then it drags the whole lot down. It means to say that you're not getting a proper charge, and it could reduce the life of your batteries and certainly the total charge that the batteries are obtaining from your cheap charger. That's where this PowerX comes in. So let's take a look at this device and see how clever it is. Take a look at the screen, you'll see we've got 4 channels, and each one of those channels can be programmed differently for different batteries. If all the batteries are the same, then you can just hold one of the buttons in for 2 seconds, and then all the channels will be identical to the first channel that you've programmed. Now, I've placed the battery in the charger and I've already selected charge. So now I want to select the charging current, and I've selected 1000 milliamp hours there, which is half the capacity of the battery, which is what they suggest. I now press start and we're off. It'll take roughly 1 hour to do this charge, and you can see that on the screen I've got 3 readings. I've got the charging current, I've got the number of elapsed minutes and the voltage of the battery. It just keeps cycling through that. If you look on the left hand side of the screen again, you'll see the next menu item down is Breakin. Breakin really is the menu item that it allows you to recover batteries that have been lying about for a long time and have lost their charge, or batteries that you've bought from a shop and they've been lying about for a long time. Basically, it's rejuvenates the batteries. Now, the downside is that it'll take around about 2 days to do that. It's a very slow progressive recovery period, but you can put 4 batteries in there and it will recover batteries that you thought were no good. If they're fairly new, then it will probably recover them to what they were originally. If they've been used for some while, then obviously they won't achieve the recovery so well. The next menu item on the screen here on the left is Discharge, and this enables you to discharge your batteries, because I think a lot of us have been taught in the past that it's good to discharge the batteries every so often and then give them a new charge. So this will allow you to discharge the batteries, and you can actually program the discharge rate. You obviously don't want to discharge them too rapidly because you might damage them. So in the instructions they tell you what the discharge rate should be. The discharge rate should be about 1/4 of the capacity of the cell. So if you've got a 2000 milliamp hour battery, then you want to set the discharge rate to 500 milliamp hours. It's all covered in the instructions. Now the last menu item is Refresh and Analyse, and this really is a very interesting program. Basically, it will take your battery through a short discharge, charge, discharge, charge program, which just sort of freshens up the battery. But the other interesting fact is that in the process it will tell you what the capacity of that battery is. And I was quite surprised, because the battery that I put in for one of the tests was a battery, or one of 4 batteries actually, that I've had for a number of years. In fact, I've lost track of how many years it was. Now, I'll put it up on the screen here. You can see it's a 2000 milliamp hour battery. But in actual fact, what I got was a bit of a surprise. The capacity of each of those cells was roughly 1400 milliamp hours. So it had lost about 25% of its capacity. I'll put the shots on the screen here. Well, that charger, the Power X, is made by a firm called MAHA, who make a range of battery chargers, and well, it's shown me that some of my AA cells are not really in that good condition, but that's probably not surprising considering that they're several years old. I think the big advantage of it is that you can charge just a single cell if you want to, or 2. I mean, it's very infuriating if you just need 2 AA cells and your charger will only handle 4 because it's a series charger. Because this charger will charge each cell individually at appropriate rates, it makes very useful. And the fact that it can bring back, I was going to say from the dead, but it can bring back cells that you thought were on the verge of being useless, bring them back to life again, that's a plus as well. And also the fact that you can charge the cells within an hour. I mean, that's got to be a good feature. Speaking from experience, the time that you want flat batteries to be fully charged is not sort of several days or even several hours. An hour from flat to fully charged is acceptable, I suppose, but that's where we all tend to leave things to the last minute. So perhaps we should call this the last minute charger. Anyway, it's a very useful charger. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and appreciate you watching this, and we'll speak again soon, I'm sure. Bye for now.